What is up, legends? We out here, yo. We out here. So we got patch notes coming in for Etheria. Pretty cool. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. Just to have some insight on what's going on. So we have the event. Obviously we're gonna get 200 crystal. This is the gala that they talked about before, where we get to actually, once you log in 7 days, you get to pick any of these characters, which sadly I don't really need any of them. However, you get dupe. You get dupe. So if I'm gonna get a dupe, I'm probably gonna Lilium. I gotta go Lilium for the dupe. Arguably you could say like Doki or Lily, but I don't think Lily or Doki really needs dupes. They just work the way that they are. You just have to have all of the latices in both of these characters. And I think Heinrich fell off a little bit, maybe Mio, and I definitely think Messiah fell off. I haven't looked at the buff notes, but I think Messiah needs help. We're gonna see in a second if he got any help or it just left him that way. But yeah, and then you have the outfit. Now I saw people complaining about this outfit, saying, "Oh my god, like they barely changed anything." You guys don't realize how hard it actually is. Like they did actually change. It's completely a different mesh, and that's not easy to do. Especially if they had what just started to actually do this type of stuff. It'll get better and better over time as whoever they're getting to actually do it gets better and faster, but it's not that easy to do this because there's a lot of animation in these characters and they're rendered actually really well. So when people are like, you really don't know what you're talking about at the end of the day. And I understand, even though a lot of people don't know what they're talking about when it comes to this, that it's not actually that easy to do this. It's a lot of steps in that. I like it. I think it's a cool outfit for her. So when you look at both together, you say, "Oh, well, it's not that much of a difference." But when you start to compare and start to look and see that it's different meshes, she's kind of like a butterfly with the sakura bloom, like with a butterfly and everything. Different headdress, different bow. It's not like a palette swap. It's literally just different meshes altogether. It's just a similar looking mesh because I guess they wanted to keep her a similar look, but it is different when you I'm glad they put them back to back because you're allowed to actually see. Because what I've seen people doing, like they barely changed anything and stuff like that, but they did. So with that, let's move on. Excuse me, clear my throat real quick. All right, so we got the limited time event. Also, Yeli's banner is back as well for people who didn't get Yeli. She's one of the more important characters in the game to actually have. Makes things easier, so everybody's gonna have a shot to try to get her again, which is very exciting. And again, upon reaching level 30, all that good stuff. This is the restart event, and I saw people. I've said this before. People were upset that the returning people are getting stuff, and what about us who have been playing the whole time and never left? I'm a day one right now. All of this right here, except for like the reunion letter, you literally, as if you're playing all the time, you get this stuff. So it kind of doesn't really matter. I'm not even we literally get every 3 weeks we get a double drop event, so you shouldn't be worried about people coming back to get it. They need the help to come back. And then there's a limit on that. The first 1,000 points, that's all they get for that is double drops. Then it just goes away. I'm not in a big issue with that. However, on the flip side of that, for people who have been here the whole time, XD, what I would do, my suggestion to you guys, is I would make a login similar to what Raid does. And matter of fact, I have Raid up right now and I will show it. 1 second. This XD, you don't have to exactly copy it, but this would be great for everybody who's been playing, depending, like, you know, if somebody's 30 days. And what this progressively does is get better over time. You get characters and stuff like that. This simply for logging in every day and being loyal to the actual game. Like, you see, literally today I just got a legendary character. This is just what happened today. This is my 180th day in raid. This type of stuff should happen in Etheria, and they're given resources, and as the game goes along and as you push further along, you get better and better resources going along that line. You can put latices and stuff like this. You can put like a character, like an epic character, like at the end of all that. If somebody logs into your game for 6 months straight, you should give them something, like, because people nowadays, people don't do stuff like that. So just you know, something that they can add to Etheria to make Etheria more enticing for people to stick around long term and log in and play and stuff like that. Even if they log in, you want somebody to at least log in to get rewards, because they may actually stick and play for an hour or two. Oh damn, I just got this. Let me use that. Now this fourth one right here, you know, that's par for the course. Like, arguably, you don't need any of these characters here right now, unless you if you have Plum. 3 of these characters are useless right now. Not even useless, but you don't need them. You don't need Miyuki. You don't need Claus. You don't need Holden. Plum takes out all 3 of the stuff. She don't take out Fushi or Veronica, because they do different things. So Plum takes out the need for those 3 characters in the middle. So like I'm like, okay, like, you know, that's fine. And then with Summon Arena, basically we get exclusive outfits now. I'm actually gonna pay attention to Summon Arena, because that's the one thing in the game I really don't pay attention to. I don't, like, I be doing more stuff and I log out. Like, I'm trying to be in the theory like an hour or two a day and be out of there, yo. Summit Pass right here. I like the way this looks right here. So you actually get stuff for playing in Summon Arena. So your boy is actually going to be doing this now and trying to get these rewards. That's another reason. They have a stellar shop, which you can get cosmetic items, and then, you know, the arena trial now includes a new arena summon to the charter, which is cool, because Hyperlink charter just needs to have something else in general besides just the arena trial. But I mean, that's going to make everybody do arena, because the Hyperlink charter is going to have stuff now. So that's actually good, but it needs to be refreshed for other things as well. Hyperlinker Cup. The Global Fest series is actually out on do seasonal adjustment. After the RTA, there'll be some balance adjustments, and we're going to talk about that in a sec. And then we have the issues here. Tiamat, after transforming into alternate form and being defeated by counterattack, will not gain a turn when transforming after revival. That happens. Okay. Fix the issue where true damage from Tiamat's level 1 did not properly apply at level 2 and 3. Damn. For real? I mean, I use it all the time, just fine, I guess. Fix the issue with Animus, Mia skill 1, Hydro, assist blessing damage reduction behavior abnormally after Mia died and then revived. Yeah, this is all stuff I didn't know at all. UI display issue showing the shield amount, Animus, Celine, to healing mist, Aqua shield. Okay, I guess. Just kind of like go through. I don't think there's a lot of weird things that this was all like in the game. Fix the issue cubic game where copy cards fail to take effect after being moved. I don't like cubic games, so I guess. Fix the a low clarity texture loading shells on sword or bros tiger. I didn't notice that as well. All right, optimization adjustments. I'd be really uninterested, but sometimes something really cool is in here and then I miss it and then I'd be sad. Adjust the shell in print. Level 40 non-awakened shells can no longer from awakened shells. That's kind of annoying. This is kind of annoying You have to awaken it now. That means you have to actually use the 4 to actually. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter because if you already were using the shell and you want to awaken to something else, you probably already did awaken it. Maybe. That seems unnecessary though. I get why, but it seems unnecessary. Added reconfig shop to the Ether Arena shop. That's cool. Added missing enemy entries archive beast 3. Okay. What? Ethernet rally warriors could now equip any an affinity added to disorder affinity. Oh. Improved display function and icons Phantom Thief Theater. Improved update efficiency, progress data, and Animus episodes. Okay. Optimize equipment data, save mechanic. Yeah, that sometimes Union be annoying. Optimize overall battle calculations in the Furious Arena single time match now to 10 minutes. Yeah, because some people be fighting forever, yo. Quick jump functions and enhanced visuals for certain events. Preview animation of some animes, improve multilingual compatibility, improve organ process stability. Organ issues? Overall game stability. Okay. So all that's fine. XD, what I would do is we don't need to be doing all 3 rounds of Ethernet rally. If you completed it, you shouldn't have to do all that. You like just be able to. I think the problem with that is you should be able to. Like, this is what I would do. I would skip, allow everybody who's completed it already to skip straight to the boss fight and the first 2 stages, and then make the game say, hey, you completed all of this, so you now get to pick all of these things that could be in your cash out at the end of the round, and you get to pick it. Like, you're still picking it, but you shouldn't have to fight through all of that over. Like, that's unnecessarily long. Like, make us still fight the 3 bosses at the end. That we don't need to just skip like all of that. That you still got to earn it, still got to fight those bosses. But if you have already done the entire Ethernet rally, you shouldn't have to do all that over again. Like, you just really shouldn't. That is a time consuming thing, and they like it's a bunch of clicking, and it's really boring now because we've already done it, like, 3 to 4 rotations now. So now, like, for people who have completed it, we need that quality of life. Going into this now, after the conclusion of the second RTA, we concluded the partial balance adjustments based on your performance. Current overall strength as follows. So who got enough? Hell Kid got helped. Deals 3 times. This is Shroud Barrier. Damage to all enemies applied. Shroud Barrier equal to 30. So he got a buff all the way around with his damage. Okay. They didn't do anything to the barrier itself. I guess that this is what it is. Rosa needed a buff. Nobody used Rosa for anything. Remember what Rosa was supposed to be like, the best character ever, and I was arguing that no, the hell she isn't from the start. Like, each time Rosa scores a crit, if the target is not affected with Blade Hard Bloom, will definitely affect the target with Blade Hard Bloom for 1 turn. That's really helping. That's not helping. I mean, that makes her like have like more turns, kind of like with like what Yelly does, but I don't think that's, people still ain't gonna use her. That's not enough. Queen Bee, she needed a buff. Deals damage equal to defense, and reduces cooldown skills of all allies and shells, including the shells too, dog. Okay, that's a buff. I use her, so yay me. Bornye, he getting a buff, dog. Oh, he in my PvP team now. He doing work. Deals extra damage to a single enemy. That's extra 30%. It go into 100%, dog, on healing. When there are 4 more enemy units, deal 480. It went to 520 now, and it has a chance to dispel 2 buffs now. Okay, Bornye, that's a buff. That's great. I'm using, like I said, I'm using it in my PvP team now, so I'm happy with that. Alluring, it transfers Adia. Each time the Adia accumulates 3 buffs. Yeah, Soul Flame. So effective resist is, oh, they just added that, and reduces damage taken by 15%. And then on top of that, she reduces more damage by 15% again. Okay, that makes her really good PvP too now. The Horde got a buff. Okay. His second skill deals damage to a single enemy for 2 turns and freeze for 1 turn. So he can freeze now on the S2 now. Okay. His verdict, oh damn, he get all types of buffs now. I was using him for a little while on PvP. Before the adjustment, the Horde deal 300% damage with 70% hit foot down and 50% chance to flip 1 turn. After 2 instances of 150 damage, so that's allowed, they're making him allowed to use Revelation. That's exactly what this is. This is making him to use Revelation, so he has more chance to freeze. GG. Oh brother, oh brother. Then on the L, she needed a buff. Cleanses 2 debuffs from each ally. Oh, okay. Lilith, Lilith needed a little something right there. Deals 1 additional instance of damage equal to 25% of the main. That's a damage buff. This instance of damage cannot exceed 30% of Lilith's max HP simultaneously. Okay, that's definitely a damage buff on her, on the number 2, Graceful Finale. And then it gets added again, plus 25% afflicted units max HP. Okay. I don't have Silence, so I don't even know if this is gonna help Silence or not. Her 2, new effect at the start of the battle, applies a shield to all allies equal to 30% at the start of battle without doing anything. Alright. Silence to avoid instances of 75% damage to all enemies. Each hit takes each hit 30% chance to inflict attack down and crit down and forgetfulness. So attack down. Wait, no. That means it changed to crit down? I gotta look at it, because like I said, I don't have her. I have to actually look to see what that means. Did it change the crit down? But the that's pretty crazy. I don't have her, and I don't see her at all in PvP. Like, I don't think I've ever seen her in PvP. And if I had her, I would use her in PvP, because that's freaking stupid, the stuff that she does. Like, you just can't use your moves. It's messed up. Boyan consumes 50% of her current HP to deal 40%. Oh, it's up. So that's kind of like the help against like the bloodbath people. Like, that's just the damage. Why is Yelly getting a buff? Excuse me? The arrow spark deals 260% damage to each enemy. Like, oh, excuse, what? Alright, Sutsamo, he's getting a buff. He just get a base damage buff and defense and all that type of stuff, just to help his survivability. Nell's base speed went up. So now Nell can get higher in speed. That's pretty good. Oh, Victor got a buff, giving a little bit of his damage back up to 12%. Wild Rampage Ren. Oh, dog, the Ren's is getting a buff. I already see Unbound. Let me get there. I'm about to get happy. So now Ren is getting 100% on her chance to taunt. It's 100%. Zoc's gonna be happy. I guess Sturvy too, because Sturvy was doing stuff with that too, right? This is why I'm happy right here, the Ren. I started the blue Ren stuff. Now I was seeing people fighting me with blue Ren in PvP. I was like, I wasn't using no blue Ren. Dog, people don't be wanting to be giving me credit for stuff. Like, I 100% started the blue Ren rave. And I'm predominantly using her in PvP. She's my DPS, and she be cleaning house. And they just gave her a buff. Look out. Ren on battle deals 260. Now it went up to 280 to a single enemy. This is the second skill for every point itself. Yeah, that's just a straight DPS buff on her number 2. They didn't do anything to number 3. If they buffed number 3, it'd have been lights out for everybody. Which one is this? Discipline. Is this the red one? Doesn't matter. They did both. Chance for the cooldown, so go Animus targets. So it went to 2 now, so 2 turns. Reduces the cooldown of all allies and shells, and affect accuracy on top of that. Okay, 3 turns. And green. This is the rubbery one. Oh wow, they nerfed the green one. Did 2 instances of damage, and a chance to inflict sleep for now it's 1 turn. Yeah, that's a nerf. The green, that seems random. Was she really that OP in PvP for that? Each hit now pushes back. The turn meter is down from 15 to 10. Less people will actually use that. RC 777, his cooldown on his 3 is from 4 turns to 3 now. That's cool. Aliacorn got a buff for before the host acts, dispels 3 debuffs for me. So okay, well I use Aliacorn on Doki, so that's pretty cool. White Fang getting a buff, or is that a nerf? I see red. Codex-O-Matic getting ready. After the host pursues the main target, deals damage. After the attack scores a crit, increases the damage by. Yeah, that's a buff. It's a buff to the crit damage, and then a nerf to how many stacks you can get. Why? It takes a while to get to that. Not like that's gonna do anything in PvP. Okay, like most fights don't even last that long. After the host acts Halloween, there's a 100% chance to reduce the cooldown. Oh, they just straight put that at 100% now. That's crazy. It's a random skill, but that's crazy. This is 100% now. Codex-O-Matic on before the host. Okay, so in PvP modes, after being affected by Codex-O-Matic, skills that did not go on cooldown will have their maximum cooldown permanently increased by 1 turn. What? What? I use Codex-O-Matic in PvP? Oh no, I do. I'm taking that ish off. Like, oh no. After all Animus have acted in certain cumulative number of times, and damage dealt to both sides by 20%, and healing received or shields applied after a reduced 20%. First trigger 20 cumulative actions, subsequent triggers 15 cumulative actions. That just to make the fight go faster? I think so, right? Alright, so the Codex-O-Matic thing, yeah, I'm taking that off. Who do I use that on for PvP? Not in my current team though, right? Jackal Guard. Yeah, not in my current team right now. I used to. That doesn't really affect me. I guess maybe in guild battle. Yeah, it doesn't affect me. Maybe like in guild battle it will, because you use more characters. And I use Obel in guild battle. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it, different characters, so only the codex thing affects me. Everything else is kind of like that. That's not nearly as bad as what I thought they were gonna do. And they didn't help Messiah at all, yo. I didn't do anything to Messiah at all. That's crazy. And they didn't nerf Plum. Well, she's still on the banner. That's probably why she didn't get nerfed. She'll probably get nerfed next season, like after this one. So she get to live for another season before they get her. But technically they kind of did nerf her, because the people who were using Codex Or wait, am I using Codex with Plum? I might be. I mean, I'll just take it off. I'll just use Jackal Guard, which I want to do anyway. So that's fine. I think I am using Codex with Plum. All right, so that's all I got for you guys in this video. Be legendary. Interesting, definitely interesting. Definitely enjoyable read, and then I think it'll be cool. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace and see you soon. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.